Hello friends, this is Amy. I want to bring you for a quick tour of my craft room. I've got a TV in there and this is my closet and it's bulging at the seams. I'm trying to make some type of heads or tails. My husband had made a nice little place in there with shelves so I could put things, but I think I need a bigger room, but it's okay. I'm loving my room. These are like my papers. I am a card maker, and so I've got a lot of cardstock, papers. That little drawer thing is for paper scraps because I like to reuse those. I've got some florals, and there's wood, there's glass in there. And I need a better system, so I'm not sure what to do, but if you have any suggestions, these are things I can hang. And then I'm moving over here to where I do my sewing, and I have the embroidery machine with the sewing and just putting things on this table. This embroidery arm needs to be kept so it doesn't get bumped because it's quite delicate. And then just looking at some of these more wood things, I pick up things at Dollar Tree, and if they're on sale or if I've gone somewhere, I'll pick that stuff up. And these are my items I use for my embroidery machine, and I really enjoy using this. And I love the fact that it can be both either sewing or embroidery. Got some ribbon hanging there, and then up above here is a part of my thread that I use in my sewing and embroidery machine. Over here is my lovely collection of paints. I have a love for the Waverly. They're chalk paints. I love how they go on. They're thicker and they've got the best colors. I just love them. There are some different brands in there. And here are my collection of acrylic paints, except that big white one, that's a chalk paint, but we've got a few items in here. And because I'm a card maker, I have a nice collection of Stampin' Up! Ink pads. And in this drawer, I've got small ones. Stampin' Up! Has a little program called Paper Pumpkin, and they give you one of these little ink pads each month with your little box of goodies. You get an ink pad and stamps and paper to make cards. All right, and then here's just some of my stuff for my embroidery. And down here is a lot of cards. I make a lot of cards, and so I collect a lot of cards. All right, and there's just some of my various wood items. This is my stamp sets. And since I sell Stampin' Up, I have a lot of them. I like it because I get the discount and I can get all these fun things. More embroidery, thread. This is a neat holder. It's like for CDs and things. Just showing you, I've got some more cards. I run out of room sometimes, and so I've got cards in various places. This is right behind where I sit and do a lot of my crafting, and these are some of my blocks and adhesives. I was trying to turn this on, but I'm wondering if the batteries are either dead or I took them out. But it lights up. It's kind of one of those fun things when you're Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And then envelopes. These are re-inkers that go on my ink pads, and This is my little toolbox, and I've got a lot of different things in there just for my glue gun and papers and bits and papers and odds and ends. This is where I've got my ribbon and more papers, markers, honey color paints, punches, this is kind of where I'm having my wood things that I've been collecting from like Dollar Tree for my DIYs. And here's an overall look of my little creative area. I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful. And I hope you all have a creative area that you can use too. Let's decorate my antique door. I've been wanting to do this forever, and so it took me quite a while just to figure out what I wanted to put on my door. So I cut out a vinyl, and I will link where I've got this. It was an Etsy design. Someone has lots of talent and has made this verse, and I was able to download that and cut that out with my Cricut machine. And what you're seeing here is, you know, I ended up changing a couple of things because, for one thing, on the bottom, the verse Psalm 136, it's so close together. So I did cut that out another time. You know, I took everything off, cut that out. In the final, I ended up taking off that top, the beautiful roses. I took those off because it wasn't centered very good. But it looks really good despite that. And then just making some red, I wanted red roses. Those were more difficult to find, and so I just went with the poinsettias for Christmas. And I'm using some zip ties just to get these things put together, and so they stay. And I'm just gonna put a bow on these, and I'm going to put it on top of the door just to give it some beauty and make it more festive. And that burgundy color, which was, they had like a bright red poinsettia and this burgundy, more burgundy color, and I went with the burgundy because I just thought with my cream colored antique door, it's really going to shine through and look very nice. And I'm just making a different type of ribbon where you're just using strips of ribbon and tying them together with the zip tie and then attaching that all on there. And I did end up putting on like bows. You can kind of see too as I make a bow. And then zip tie, or however you want to put this on there. And I did trim things up to make it look better, and you kind of tug here and fuss with this and that, and pretty soon you've got a completed project and looks gorgeous and you're ready for Christmas. I've had people come in and want to buy my door, and it's not for sale. I'm lucky that I got it. It was at an antique store down in Spirit Lake, Iowa, and just really glad that we picked it up. And here's the final reveal. I'm very pleased with how this turned out as well, and it's just so much fun. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Psalm 136:1. Thank you for joining me, my friends. You have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.